Hi, Book Monster Mitch, to do a loose TBR video, and I think that's what I'm gonna call these every now and then. I'm gonna do a loose TBR video for um, at least July. Um, it's June 25th as of recording this video. So loose TBR for the foreseeable future is just continue with RJ Box, Joe Hill. I almost said Jude Hill because the main character's name in RJ Box is Jude, and the author's name is Joe Hill, son of Stephen King. But Joe Hill, Hardship Box, continue with that. As of right now, as of today, June 25th, 25, I'm at the very beginning of chapter 12, probably more or less 60 pages in, not quite 20% in, maybe 17 or 18% overall. Not bad considering the book itself is a little more than 300 pages, not even 400 pages. I want to say maybe 320 pages, 330. So give or take, you know, 60 pages and 11 chapters down. So not bad. I'm enjoying the book immensely. Um, it's a different take on a haunting story. I'll get into that later on when I finish the book and give you my thoughts on it altogether. But yeah, I'll finish that up hopefully. Let's see, next week is the beginning of July, so it's approaching rather soon here. And my plan was and still is to read The Stand along with that when I don't feel like reading a J-Box, which right now, to be honest, like I told one of my commenters, when I do feel like reading, you know, our J-Box is just calling me, haunting me, as it were, to read me instead of Alice in Wonderland, eat me, drink me, that type of thing. Our J-Box is saying, read me. Joe Hill is saying, hey, check me out. You know, kind of forget my old man right now and, see what I have to say. See how I can, put some words together and tell you a story. And I'm so glad, you guys, that I went ahead and purchased this book and started, um, you know, and got this far so far into it. My only wish now is I wish I would have done it sooner, but um, you know, better now than never. Um, you know, Stephen King says I have this story about a haunted hotel in The Shining. Shirley Jackson has The Haunting on Hill House or of Hill House. Um, Joe Hill says, watch me, guys and gals. I have a haunted man's suit. Um, suit as in a suit a man would work, uh, wear to church in any, formal function. Like I said, eventually I do plan to finish that and discuss it at length a little more. But yeah, other than finishing RJ Box up, I'm planning to trudge my way through the stand, and I don't mean trudge my way as in a chore, even though it will be a chore. It's a chore I'm looking forward to, um, and have tried too many times to count at this point. At the age of 43, that just goes to show that yes, it's an 1100 page novel, but Book Monster does not care. Book Monster wants to see that um, story through. Um, having watched the miniseries 1990-ish, 3 or 4 part miniseries, a handful of times just because of that miniseries in the 90s that sparked my interest in story as a whole, with the likes of, gosh, Gary Sinise, Molly Ringwald, you know, just some good actors and actresses that are still in the business today. Although you may not see or hear from them much, but they're still around. Um, you know, the guy from Coach played um, the guy who played in Coach um, as one of the assistant coaches. I forget his name in Coach or his name proper, but he played the part of um I forget what part he played in the Stand miniseries, but you know the guy. He spells everything Moon, moon, but you know everything Moon, Bug Monster Moon. That guy, Nick Andros was played by Rob Lowe. Hey, I believe even that Ed Harris played a minor role in it. But anyway, this is not about the miniseries, either one of the miniseries. The older one or the updated one. I do hope and plan to see the stand, make my stand with the stand is what I say eventually. And when in it, when I finish, at least heart shaped box, um, hopefully sooner rather than later. I know it will be sooner than the stand, because I'm only, what, 8 or 9 pages into the stand, and like I said, the complete and uncut edition is at least 1,100 pages, give or take. So yeah, I don't have any immediate plans for what would be my next grab with uh, when I finish Heart Shaped Box. Other than the stand, I do want to stagger myself with at least one other book than just the stand by itself. Because, like many of us, I'm a moved reader, and that's pretty much a blessing and a curse because it's a blessing because I don't get as stagnant trying to read one thing, one author's voice, one author's world, one author's set of characters, land, what have you. Um, so, I want to hear what other authors, what other storytellers have to tell me. It's a curse because hardly anything gets finished. You know, I may stay away from one book for too long and be like, man, I might as well forget this right now and just restart it later. And then that's how I never finish a darn book to save my life, usually. Um, and it's no downfall of the author's writing or their creativity, none of that. It's me. It's a me problem, as they would say, more than, I don't like this author because if I didn't like an author, I wouldn't buy multiple books, go out and seek multiple Stephen King books, multiple books by Robert Jordan, Brandon Sanderson, and that's the guys that did The Wheel of Time. Of course, I wouldn't seek out any of these authors, any of these works if I didn't, think they were worthy of my time or money. Um, they are. They definitely are. It's just, you know, I want to see, I want to hear, I want to do everything that, you know, I just can't foreseeably do. I think I'm not alone in that. I know, I definitely know that. But yeah, that's, when I know you'll know, I do have the Fellowship of the Ring down from the shelf right now. That's of course uh, J.R.R. Tolkien, Lord of the Rings trilogy. I did pull that down from the shelf last week sometime. But that's not to say I will stick with that. That's just something on side right now. If and when I feel like grabbing that, I will. Just my TBR and mental, what I want to read, what I want to do is all over the place. Like I said, mood reading, a blessing and a curse. So, what do you plan to read? What are you reading? What have you finished up? Or have you finished up your June reading plans? I haven't, but that's nothing new. So, let me know down in the comments and I'll talk to you soon. Take care. Love each other. Have a good day, good evening. And I'll talk to you soon.